This Reformation Day, I would encourage you to read some of the primary sources from the Reformation. And I'd like to tell you about our Reformation Reader, which includes 25 of the source texts of the Reformation. This reader begins with Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales, so pre-Reformation, and then ends with Edmund Spenser's The Faerie Queene. But most of the core of the text are Reformation texts, starting with Boniface VIII, the Unum Sanctum in Clericus Legos, which is a statement by the Catholic Church during the early period of the councils. And then we read the Council of Constance, so Sacrosancta and Frequens. And then we read Erasmus of Rotterdam's Julius Exclusus. This is a treatise by a Catholic who remained a Catholic through the Reformation, but was actually very critical of the Pope in particular, putting him, making a somewhat funny story, making fun of the Pope, who came to the gates of heaven, and St. Peter said, "Why should I let you in?" And the Pope didn't have good reasons. And then we read several works from Martin Luther, the 95 Theses, the 95 Theses that started the Reformation. So many Protestants have never read the 95 Theses, and many would be surprised to find that it doesn't sound as Protestant as they might think it does, because it really is a product of the time, this very beginning spark of the Reformation. And it was a letter of a 95 Theses to discuss and openly debate about issues which the Reformation worked through. And then Letter to a Christian Nobility, Babylonian Captivity of the Church, and Freedom of the Christians. Then we read Leo X, Pope Leo X's Exsurge Domine, Michael Sattler's The Schleitheim Articles, Melanchthon's Apology for the Augsburg Confession, John Calvin's Institutes from the Christian Religion, unfortunately just an excerpt. It is a very large book by itself. The Council of Trent, the Decree of Trent, Ignatius of Loyola, Spiritual Exercises, Ursinus's Commentary on the Heidelberg Catechism, excerpts from the Book of Common Prayer, modernized for this reader, and John Fox's Book of Martyr, excerpts, Field and Wilcock, An Admonition to Parliament, and then ending with Richard Hooker, The Laws of Ecclesiastical Polity, which was a modernization created in collaboration with the Davenant Institute for this reader. So these are primary sources that guide you through from the pre-Reformational era all the way through the Reformation to the English Reformation, which will give you a back and forth discussion from those sources about what's going on. This reader has introductions by the president of the Davenant Institutes, Dr. Brad Littlejohn, just a few pages giving context to each work as you go through it. So consider the Reformation Reader for you and your family. There's a complete video curriculum to go with it. The Reformation is part of the Christendom year of Old Western culture. So check it out at oldwesternculture.com.